All right, before you watch the next video, I just want to give you a kind of a warning and a disclaimer that the next video is going to contain content that would be rather sensitive and controversial in nature. So if you are someone who has a very sensitive mind or a closed mind, I would suggest that you don't watch the video. You can just dislike the video and just walk off, okay? However, if you have a mind that can have a discussion, a debate, a disagreement, please do watch it, because I would be very interested to know what you think. To give you a context, it's about Islam, it's about Muslims, it's about the challenges that people are facing in the Muslim world, especially expats and especially non-Muslims. So that is the main topic of discussion. News links are put down below. And and also I want to discourage anyone who has hatred towards Islam, does not like Islam. I don't want this video to be used as fuel to hate them even more or dislike them even more. I want you to understand that there's good, bad, ugly in every religion, in every country, and we have 9 billion people on this planet, so obviously you'll find good, bad, ugly. So please don't use this video as a weapon to fuel hatred, but rather to bring in discussion and debate. Like I always tell you, I'm an atheist, but I've had friends who are Muslims. In my life, I've had Muslims who have helped me. But at the same time, I've also experienced the not so good side. So having said that, please watch this video if you have an open mind, and let me know your thoughts. I do not censor, I do not delete any comments, unless of course YouTube's algorithm does not allow yours. So watch this video, let me know your thoughts, and having said that, I would be reading every comment and acknowledging them with a like and heart. Okay? Having said that, let's move on. All right, the next bit of news that I thought you should know about is this one, which is dated on 12th October 2020. This was by The Guardian, which says that they have to be punished. The mothers trapped in UAE by love crimes. So what does this article say? Single migrant women or expats left destitute by COVID can't leave until they have served sentences for sex outside marriage. In Islam, if you have sex outside marriage, apparently it's a crime. But because of the virus, the COVID restrictions, they can't go to prison. They can't approach the law. And they're just stuck with no proper documentation. Now, why do I find this really a matter of hypocrisy? Because if you actually look at it, there are prostitutes in UAE. The Arabs, even the ruling family, Zayd's, that article, you can check it out. I mean, they do everything that is not Islamic, that is not Sharia compliant, that does not follow the rules of Islam, but that is okay. But then these poor people who have children outside wedlock, that is a crime. So for, Muslims always ask, why are they targeting Islam? Why are they saying Islamophobe? Because of this bullshit. Okay? If you have a different set of rules for the rich and powerful, and a different set of rules for the poor, a different set of rules for rich who can go to prostitutes, smoke, drink, do all that shit, but for the poor who have a child outside wedlock, that is punishable. In fact, even the Sharia rules that if a girl gets raped, she gets jailed. If a girl gets raped, mind you, Muslim man rapes a non-Muslim female, she gets jailed. Okay? You don't have to believe me, just Google search. So that is Sharia law. So when you have those kind of rules, you expect us to be understanding towards Muslim and Islams. I'm not saying all Muslims. I'm not saying every Muslim country. But this is the reality. Let's focus on one task or one problem at a time. And let's not bring, oh, rapes happen in US, oh, rapes happen in Sweden, oh, they are unfair. No. One bad, them doing bad, doesn't justify this bad. This is the reason why people are still against certain Muslim countries, certain Muslims, and they have a problem with Islam. Now do you understand? So it's not hating on all Muslims. It's not hating on every Muslim country. It's questioning this kind of hypocrisy that is there and this kind of absolute nonsensical rules. You have these poor people who want to go back home. Why don't you just let them go back, man? What the fuck is with all this? As per our Islam, as per Allah, as per Sharia. Put the Sharia up your ass. That's what I would say. Let these poor people go home. Let them be with their families. I find this so stupid, You tell me if I'm wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong. You're talking of poor people who want to go back home to their families. Take their child. Don't want anything got to do with your country. Let them go, man. Yeah, this is so fucked up, man, In this article, it speaks about, for example, Maria came to the UAE from the Philippines, lived and worked as a maid, but fled her abusive employer, which anyway, nothing is going to happen to him. Her daughter is now 2 and they are homeless. When Reina took a taxi to Al Awir prison in Dubai, UAE, she was hoping to turn herself in and admitted to be as an inmate. The former domestic worker from Philippines brought a 3-month-old son with her. Reina lost a job during the pandemic. She can no longer pay for rent or food. She wants to return to her motherland. But in order to be permitted to leave UAE, she must first serve a jail sentence for having sex outside marriage, which is illegal under the country's Islamic law. Islam, the great law of Islam. Yes. You tell me, this is stupidity or what? Just let them go back home, man. What the fuck is... This is where bureaucracy... This is where humanity comes in, This is where decency comes in. This is where common sense comes in. The UAE-based official confirmed to The Guardian that there are several thousand cases of migrant mothers with children born outside marriage in the country. Reina's son, the evidence of her crime, see how it says, is stateless, but since the birth has not been registered, this means no access to healthcare, including vaccinations. It's hard here. I have no money, no visa. If I was alone, I could go back home, but I can't. The problem is the baby, said Reina, who's 30. Her request for imprisonment was denied. To minimize the spread of COVID-19 in UAE jails, the country has reduced the number of those incarcerated during the pandemic. For unmarried mothers, the authority will not readily forgive the love crime. Great. Great. Islam is great. Great religion of peace. Great. Please, Muslims, my Muslim friends, tell me. You say, he hates Islam, he hates Muslim. Please explain to me this. The mother wants to go back home to her family, wants to take the child. They don't know. Oh, Lloyd, that is not Islam, man. That is UAE. They are following which rule, Baba, which rule? The problem with Islam is everyone interprets Islam the way they want. And the way they want is the right way. The way they believe is right. That is why you speak to 10 Muslims, 10 different versions. I have Muslim friends who say, it's okay to be gay. I have Muslim friends who say it's okay to drink. I have Muslim friends who say it's okay to have sex. I have Muslim friends who say, well, live and let live. I have Muslims who have tattoos. I have Muslims who literally do all the shit and mind their own business. I have Muslim friends who are don't follow a thing about Islam. I have Muslim friends who are actually, they follow Islam and they're very good human beings. So I have different Muslim friends. Now the problem is all these people each one has a different translation or interpretation of the Quran. So which one is true? Who is true? You have YouTube videos where the guys literally say how to beat your wife according to Islam. You have Muslim videos on YouTube where the guy says, when the girl reaches puberty, even if it's 9 years old, it's okay to get her married, to have sex. So who is right? Tell me who's right. And you even have Muslims who said he drew a cartoon, his head got chopped off. Very good. Allahu Akbar. Good. So you'll say, oh Lord, no, these are some. But these some are there. These some people are there. So that means it is a problem that does exist. So how can you solve this? Here's a big question. How can you solve this? Why don't you solve this? They have not hurt anyone. They have not harmed anyone. They have not killed anyone. They just had a child. They had sex. They had a child. That is, oh, haram, oh, shaitan, oh, Allah. So that is why for me, keep this religion far away from me. Far. Now do you understand why people have a problem with Islam? If you can sort this out, if Islam can sort this out and say, fine, it's a rule in Islam that it's bad, live and let live. Trust me, you'll have many more people who love Islam. In Christianity, they also say you should get married. But they don't go around punishing people because you didn't get married, you should be punished. This is stupidity. It is followed in all these Arab Muslim countries. Even in Indonesia, even in all these Muslim countries, stoning to death. I've seen videos where they stone people to death just for having sex outside marriage. That is the barbaric reality of Islam. Okay? Prove me if I'm wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong. Now, for unmarried mothers, the authorities will not readily forgive the love crime. The mothers have to be punished, says Barney Al-Mazhar, the attorney at Gulf Law, who provides free legal aid to migrant workers. Of the UAE's 9.9 million inhabitants, about 70% are low-paid migrant workers, mainly from Asia, working in construction, hospitality, retail, domestic workers, and as taxi drivers. These sectors have been hit hard by the pandemic, triggering a wave of unemployment among migrant workers, with thousands deciding to repatriate. As healthcare professionals are legally required to report any unmarried mothers they treat, such women often decide to give birth at home. You see the stupidity? Okay. Without professional medical advice or pain relief. When her labor began, Maria, 32, says she repeatedly ran up and down the stairs in a building, hoping the exertion would speed up the baby's delivery and spare her 9 roommates inconvenience. It only took an hour, she says. I paid a woman in our community to help me cut the umbilical cord. See how sad it is. But I know many Muslims will say, oh, you are speaking again. They will not feel sad about this. They'll feel sad about, oh, you're talking bad about our Islam. Her child's father, a migrant worker from Pakistan, is another fucking asshole, who's a stranger who made contact with her on social media. When I got pregnant, he went away. Please chop his balls off. He never met the baby. We stayed in a shopping mall all day, and at night we go to our friend's room to sleep. We sleep on floors, she says. The mother said they received minimal help from the Philippine consulate in Dubai. Yes, another great. That's why nobody wants these kind of passports of these countries. And they have been denied appointments to speak to the staff about their problems. Their priority is sending people with cancelled visas back home. We're not a priority. So this is another nonsense that goes on in these countries, especially where they follow Arab Muslims. And you tell me if I'm wrong. I would love to hear your side of the argument, and you prove it to me that, oh, Lord, you're Islamophobic. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, Islam is a religion of peace. Islam is a religion of love. Oh, yes. Yeah. You please prove me wrong. I would love to hear your side of the story. Anyway.